right, what was your name?
Kieran.
Kieran? Okay, so what we like to do is ask people, what they think about the term financial literacy. First, what comes to mind when you hear that?
I guess just like knowing how to manage your finances, like where you put it, how you use it, stuff like that.
Like investing.
Investing? What
Like knowing how to use your money and use it to like grow more money.
Lovely.
Yeah, we should very much agree with that.
Learning about your finances.
Okay.
And understanding it.
Understanding. I would say that, right? Being able to understand the way the economic system works, being able to understand how to profit, ways to lose money, and ways to, anything, keep your money.
And understanding it and manipulating it.
I guess just being smart with your money. I know.
Okay.
Knowing your money, not know.
Okay. That's an interesting answer. What about you?
I just think probably the education of finances.
Understanding what money means and how you can utilize it.
Gotcha. What about you? What do you think?
What he said.
I think financial literacy means just how to handle one's money. So you can set aside money for a rainy day. You can have money for retirement that you can live within your budget and not exceed the income you have coming in. So there's something left later on for your retirement days or potentially to leave to your children or others of your choosing.
Now, if I were to ask each of you respectively, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like an expert when it comes to knowing how money works, getting into work for you, what number would you give yourself? Starting with you.
I'd say probably like a 6, 7.
6?
Yeah, maybe 6. I was gonna go 5. Maybe 5.
Okay, so a little average, a little bit above average. I respect that. So you said 5, 6. You didn't say 9 or 10. Why not?
I just feel like there's a lot to learn in terms of, how to make my money go further. Whether that's investing, whether that's, buying property or a different variety of things. I think there's a lot of ways to spread your money and kind of diversify. So I think exploring those a little bit more will make that number go higher.
Gotcha.
I would probably say maybe like a 6.75.
Okay, very specific.
Very, very high number. There's no way. I would say 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah, average. Something like a 7. So solid 7.
Solid 7.
Solid 7.
Maybe like a 7, 7.5, 7.5. I'm gonna save it. Like I've had 3 cars. Like I need to save. Like I buy stuff all the time. I have to save for stuff too. Like I have stocks and I want to buy a house, like finance and stuff. So like I've been super big on credit and stuff. Like huge for me.
So we're gonna get into that credit for sure.
Yeah.
7.5, good.
Yeah.
How about you?
Maybe a 5 because I do save, but once I have enough, I spend it like I have all the money in the world. So, no, I would say a 4.
Appreciate that. And you?
I'd probably say a 4. Same reason. I feel like it's really hard to save in this economy. Like, you can't really support yourself as a student or anything. Let's say hypothetically you're homeless. I don't know how people make it through. Like, I'm homeless.
When it comes to budgeting, first, do you guys both have your own respective budgets?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think it's important to have one?
Especially in this economy. And if you want to have a house and you want to not stress about things, you have to sacrifice fun and play for building your future.
Well, a budget means if mom or dad gives you an allowance of so much money, how are you going to spend that money? Are you going to go to the store and buy candy and ice cream? Are you going to put something aside for maybe something bigger you want to buy later on, like a bicycle, or maybe a gift for a loved one or a friend at a later date? Just living within your means, because I think most people's biggest problems is they don't have a budget and they live beyond their means and they get caught up in the credit card trap or other issues, and before you know it, there's no way out.
I think it's important to know how much is coming in and how much is going out.
Yeah.
And figuring out kind of what that take home might be.
Yeah.
So, figuring out, okay, this month I've got some flexibility to like go get a nice meal. I could, get a nicer gift for a partner or anything like that. So I think having a budget gives you an idea as to how much wiggle room you might have. But also hitting the essentials. So like your rent, your gas, your food, because you gotta pay those things.
Okay. You guys, is that true?
So like I try to budget, but I'm a server. I get money right away. So I'm like, it's hard to not want to spend it right away.
Yeah, I think a lot of times you don't realize how much money you're spending on like little things each day. Like, oh, I'm just going to Target. Or there's like,
the coffee here and there, and like those little things do add up. So I think it's important to be like looking at your bank account, seeing those things add up, and actually like holding yourself accountable.
What do you think is more important, saving for emergencies or paying off debt?
I would say emergencies. To an extent, I guess like debt is not like life threatening. If it's like a real emergency, you like probably more important to save up for that.
Like to be timely, we're not dealing with a hurricane here. Perhaps if I was living in a place where there was a hurricane, I would maybe think about emergency funds more. So I take into account what my life is, you know?
In principle.
Maybe I'm optimistic, but I don't have too many emergencies.
Oh, you better knock on wood.
Maybe I should. You got a credit card and you buy something, just because you can't see it does not mean that money ain't stacking up. It will always be there. And it's like, it's so easy to just be like, oh, I'll take care of it later. It's so easy. No, you gotta stay on top of that.
I would definitely try and save up because my parents didn't. So I'm learning from their mistakes. Most definitely. I'm like a little bit with both.
Get a pick one.
Yeah. Once you those screws, maybe after that.
Yeah, I try. My biggest goal is to have a good credit score. That's like my biggest goal. Like I will like ask my partner for money to just pay off my credit card just so that I can keep that good credit score so that in the future, hopefully I'm out of the situation that I'm in, I can get whatever I want, you know?
Honestly, probably paying off debt because, like I said, you can get stuck in the hole and keep interest, keep building and stuff. But yeah,
Or if you have an emergency,
that's what the credit card is for.
I try to save more, but I do have a few debts like hospital bills, like more expensive shit, and I'll just throw some money at that. But I think I'll save more than I will pay off debt.
what's one thing you wish you knew, maybe even for yourself, or maybe just in order to be able to help others? What's one thing that you wish you knew when it comes to managing money?
You know, aside from having the general principles of diversification and understanding interest rates and the stock market and other financial products, the person that you marry, you have to make sure that you are both on the same page when it comes to financial issues. Because a lot of people, they marry someone and they want to show their wife the best. They want the best for their family, and they're well-intended, but unfortunately, they put that ahead of their financial health, and they make foolish decisions which come back that bite them in the butt later on. So the most important thing, you have to be together as a family unit, and sometimes it's better to be without a little more, and then later on in life it'll pay dividends, like putting money away in an IRA or a 401k or a Roth IRA or other instruments.
3 last tips I got, because we're gonna go eat lunch, and we love what you guys are doing. We hope this goes far. Next time, don't forget your road mics. Create a shot checklist. With 3 things. Invest in a Roth IRA as soon as you can. Max it out every year. 2, build your credit. Build your credit, because you're going to need it regardless. People who say they don't need credit, you need credit. To get a house, a loan, a car, you need that. And 3, Jesus is the way. I'll tell you that.